Today we're doing lesson 11 of chapter 12, and we're looking into the volume of composite figures. And you're like, Miss Milligan, what on earth is a composite figure? Well, my friends, a composite figure is made up of two or more three-dimensional figures. So in order to find the volume of them, we have to separate the figures into figures, the volumes you know that you can find. So we're basically breaking it up into smaller rectangles, rectangular prisms, okay? So if you're like still confused, I'll show you, okay? So, it says the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, France is roughly in the shape of the composite figure shown. So we need to find the volume of this figure. But look what they did. They gave us that this is 22 yards long. This is 32 yards long. So we have to cut this up so that we can do it much easier. Okay? So, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this guy right here. Okay, we're going to make that guy a little rectangular prism, okay? And that's where they get this one right here. Because we know, as long as we know the length, width, and height of it, then we can find the volume of it. So here's the length, here's the width, and 32 is the height. So we're good for that one. Okay, let's do this one now. We can do this sideways rectangular prism right here, okay? We have the length is 50. The width, guess what? It's going to be 24, right? Because it goes backwards like that. It's the same. It just moves up, okay? And the height is 22. So we have 50, 22, 24. Now we have our last one right here, which we know is 17 for our length. Our width is also going to be 24 because it's going to be the same, okay? And then our height is 32 because it's at the same height as the other one, okay? So we have 32, 24, 17. So we have all that we need to find it. So now that we are breaking it up, we can find, when we multiply them by each other, we can find it. Because remember, volume equals length times width times height, okay? So we're going to have to write really small. So if we have 17 times 24, 7 times 4 is 28, carry the 2, 1 times 4 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Put our placeholder 0 there. We have 7 times 2, which is 14. Carry the 1, 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So 8 plus 0 is 8, 6 plus 4 is 10, carry the 1, 1 plus 3 is 4. So we should, for that first one, get 408. But guess what? Now we have to do 408 times 32. Okay? So we have 8 times 2, which is 16. Carry the 1. 0 times 2 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8. We have to put our placeholder 0 there. 8 times 3 is 24. Carry the 2. 0 times 3 is 0. Plus the 2 is 2. 4 times 3 is 12. So we have 6 plus 0 is 6, 1 plus 4 is 5, 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, and then 1 plus nothing is 1. So we end up with 13,056, okay? That's for the first one. I know this is a lot, but we're going to get there, okay? All right. Now we have to do, oh, guess what? Oh, look how nice that they are. It's the exact same numbers. So do we even have to, here, let me show you in this color. 17 times 24 times 32, 17 times 24 times 32. Do we even have to multiply again? No, they were nice to us. Okay, so we can just copy it down right here. All right, what about this last one? This last one we do have to multiply, okay? So we are going to do, first, let's do 50 times 24. 0 times 4 is 0, 5 times 4 is 20, carry the 0, 0 times 2 is 0, 5 times 2 is 10. So we end up with 1,200. But now we have to multiply that by 22, okay? But guess what? I don't feel like adding, I'll add the zeros onto the end, but you just can't forget those 2 zeros to add at the end. So we're going to do 12 times 22, because that's the one that we have left over. 2 times 2 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2. Add the 0. 2 times 2 is 4, 1 times 2 is 2, and we get 2 plus 4 is 6. There's nothing plus 2 is 2. But guess what? We have to add those 2 zeros onto the end. So we get 26,400, but guess what? We have to put it over here now, okay? So we get 26,400, and now we have to add it all together. So we have 6 plus 6 plus 0, which is 12. We carry the 1. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 5 is 11, plus 4 is 15, okay? We got to carry the 1. We have 1 plus 0 is 1, plus 0 is 1, plus 4 is 5. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 6 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Oh, I messed up somewhere. Let me look. So I did 6 plus 6 is 2. Carry the 1. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Ah, that's where it is. I accidentally did that, so this should be a 1. My bad, guys. I counted the 4 with that, but it should just be the 1, 5, 5, and 0. My bad, okay? So we get 52,512. But is that our final answer? No, because look at this. I'm just going to put it right here. Or 52,512 yards cubed. Remember, with volume, it's always cubed, so you can say cubic yards like they did here, or whatever the measurement is, like yards, feet, inches, and then put a floating 3 for our exponent for cubed, okay? All right, and now we're going to do the second one together. Example number 2, it says we need to find the volume of the composite figure. We're going to separate them. So they separated it for us, so they did this figure right here first, because they have the height, which is 2.2, and the length, which is the 0.2 right here. That's how long it is, 0.2. And the width right here, they're telling us is 2, okay? So, and then for the second one, they have the length. Ooh, but look at this, you guys. They are telling us base equals 4. So we don't even have to do length times width. We can just put 4 here. Okay. And then times the height, which is 0.2. That one's going to be easier. Okay. All right, let's multiply these suckers. So we have 0.2 times 2. Now we're having to remember how to multiply decimals. Okay. We can just do it normal. 2 times 2 is 4, but guess what? There's 1 decimal place, so we got to move our decimal place 1 place to the left. Okay, so we got 0.4. Now we have to do 0.4 times 2.2. Okay, so we have 2 times 4, which is 8. 2 times 4, which is 8. But guess what? We have 1 place value, 2 place value, which we have to move it 2 places. So we got 1, 2. Okay, so we end up with 0.88. Now we have to do 4 for this one. 4 times 0.2, which 4 times 2 is 8, but we have a decimal place 1, so we move it 1 place. So now we just have to add 0.8, because remember, we can't put it all the way to the right, because that would look silly and it would not end well, because really we can annex that 0 in the hundredths place to remind us that there's nothing there. Okay, so 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And we just bring our decimal place straight down. So we end up with 1.68 cubic meters, or 1.68 meters cubed. Okay? All right, go ahead and do this one on your own, and then we will check your work. So go ahead and pause the video and solve it. All right, hopefully you pause the video and you're ready to solve. So I'm going to chunk them up this way and then this one, okay? Let's do this the big one first, okay? So it tells us the base is 126 and our height is 11. So we have to do 126 times 11. So we do 6 times 1 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Add the 0. 6 times 1 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. So then we added all the others. 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then 1 plus nothing is 1. Okay, so we end up with the first volume of 1,386. But now we have to find the little guy. So we have to do length times width times height. So we have 9 times 2 times 5. So we can do 2 times 5 first, just like they showed here. And 9 times 10 equals 90. So I'm going to add 90 over here. 6 plus 0 is 6. 8 plus 9 is 17. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus nothing is 1. So we end up with 1,476. So we did the 1386 plus 90. Cubic centimeters or centimeters cubed. Okay? Great job, guys. We'll do the rest during rotations.